What up, YouTube? What you see right here is a 2019 quarter. At first glance, it looks like a typical quarter that you would find in your spare change. However, looks can be deceiving because this quarter is quite special. Most modern circulating coins are produced at two facilities: the Philadelphia Mint or the Denver Mint. Coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint do not have a mint mark, while coins produced at the Denver Mint have a D mint mark. However, if you take a closer look at this quarter, it has a W mint mark, which means that this quarter was not produced at the Philadelphia or Denver mints. So what does this W mint mark stand for? The W stands for West Point Mint. This quarter was produced by the West Point Mint. Most in the American public do not realize that the West Point Mint exists. Most people know of West Point as the location of the United States Military Academy, but few people realize that we actually have a minting facility at West Point. The West Point Mint is responsible for producing gold and silver bullion coins. The West Point Mint does not really produce circulating coins. However, in 2019, which is this year, the West Point Mint produced circulating quarters. So in 2019, the West Point Mint produced quarters for circulation, which is a first for the West Point Mint. In 2019, the quarter will feature 5 different designs. The West Point Mint will produce 2 million quarters for each design. So, the West Point Mint will have a total output of 10 million quarters. So each design will have a mintage of 2 million. A 2 million mintage is quite low for a modern circulating coin. So these West Point Mint quarters are quite scarce. The United States Mint recently released mintage figures for the Lowell National Historical Park quarter. So according to the mintage figures, the Denver Mint produced almost 88 million of the Lowell Park quarters, and the Philadelphia Mint produced almost 84 million of the Lowell Park quarters. And between the Denver Mint and the Philadelphia Mint, the output is 171 million quarters. So in contrast, the West Point Mint only produced 2 million Lowell Park quarters. So that really just illustrates to you how scarce the West Point Mint quarters are, because West Point only produced 2 million of the Lowell Park quarters. Denver produced 87,800,000. The Philadelphia Mint produced 83,600,000. So the West Point Mint quarters are a lot scarcer than the quarters produced at Denver or Philadelphia. Here is how you can tell whether or not you have a West Point Mint quarter. Obviously, you have to look for the mint mark. The mint mark is located below the legend "In God We Trust." So you'll notice that the quarter on the right has a D mint mark. So this quarter was minted at the Denver Mint. The quarter on the left has an S mint mark. That's because this quarter was minted at San Francisco. The quarter in the middle has a W mint mark. So this quarter was minted at West Point. So you can look for the mint mark underneath the legend "In God We Trust." So you see a W right here, a D right here, and an S right here. So only the coin in the middle was minted at West Point. Here are some listings on eBay for West Point Mint quarters. So sellers on eBay are asking between $17 to $20 for these West Point Mint quarters. And keep in mind, these are raw coins. These are not graded by PCGS or NGC. So just for a raw coin, they're asking between $17 to $20 for these quarters, which is crazy. Here's another listing on eBay for the West Point quarters. This time, these quarters are graded by NGC. So this West Point quarter graded NGC MS65, they want $70 for it. So here's that same quarter, but this one's graded 2 grades higher, MS67. So in MS67 condition, they want $230 for a quarter. So I guess keep in mind these quarters, these West Point Mint quarters, you can get them from your bank at face value. Of course, these West Point Mint quarters were distributed randomly, so you can get these in your change for 25 cents, which is their face value. So I guess going from 25 cents to $230 is quite the return on investment. Anybody that collects old silver dollars would know that silver dollars produced by the Carson City Mint are highly desirable. For example, what you see right here is an 1884 Carson City Morgan dollar. This Morgan dollar had a mintage of 2 million. And this 1884 Carson City Morgan dollar would retail for around $215. So yeah, so anything produced by the Carson City Mint is desirable. So how does this relate to the West Point Mint quarters I talked about earlier? So obviously the West Point Mint quarter is a modern coin. It was produced this year, 2019. I think that the West Point Mint quarters, I think the West Point Mint coins are similar to these Carson City Mint coins. I think the West Point Mint is the modern day Carson City Mint. Because back in the day, the Carson City Mint typically produced fewer coins than the other mints. The same holds true for the West Point Mint. This year, the West Point Mint produced much fewer quarters than either Philadelphia or Denver. So you can see some parallels between the Carson City Mint and the West Point Mint. So that's why I like to say that the West Point Mint is the modern day Carson City Mint. I hope you guys find this video informative. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.